I guess I'll preface this by saying this is me putting my like filmmaking hat on. And to be honest with you, when you watch it just one time all the way through, I wouldn't have even picked up on this. So I had to do a lot of research afterwards and really think about it and talk about it with people. But I think central to this entire film was really the dynamic between Chinese culture and Western American culture. And it's easy to almost not even pick up on a significant portion of it. And it starts with when the film was made. Originally, it was made with the understanding that this is pre-pandemic during this time, right? And so if you know about movies, especially action movies, a lot of times the movies in terms of the box office and how it grosses is that domestically, you'll get a significant portion of your movies, but a lot of Marvel movies perform really well internationally, specifically in the China market, right?
Yeah.
So when they made this movie, they had to really take it on from a perspective of, yes, we want to appeal to a Western perspective, but we have to make sure that the Chinese audience also accepts the movie and thinks about the movie as authentic to themselves.
Yeah.
And so as an Asian American, while I have a lot of roots in my Chinese culture and my Asian culture, there are things that I might not even necessarily understand fully that I had to look into, right? But I think they did that representation very, very well. Like I said, when they're speaking Mandarin, up to the point of even casting Simu, who himself was born in Harbin, China, right? Like, this is the guy who understands Chinese culture very well. The father, at first, in the comic books, I actually read the comic books wrong.
Wow.
But back in the day, right, we remember Fu Manchu was actually the father character. He was the evil role character. They had to replace that because it was a racist.
Too racist
stereotype. And put that in the movie, no one would ever watch that in the Asian community.
No.
So you had to pay attention to doing those types of things. All those mythological animals. Did you know that the faceless thing, the pig with the wings?
Yeah.
That's actually an ancient mythological animal too.
Really?
Oh.
And
that I didn't know.
It's called a huandun, which in Mandarin, that's a translation for a wonton. Because it actually looks like a wonton, right?
Like a flying wonton?
No, like, you know how a wonton can kind of almost look like because it has the rifts at the top? There's all these small details they put into
what the hell?
Right.
All those animals, the lions, the dragons, like you said, like those are really important in Asian culture. And obviously, you grew up in Asian culture, like, oh, these references, that's crazy to me, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't even know about this thing. So, like...
Exactly.
There's just things that happen throughout the movie that you could tell was really centrally focused towards ensuring that they balance and toe that line extremely well between appealing to Asians and Western audiences, and then also the Chinese audience abroad. And in terms of distribution, how it's performing overseas right now, or the lack thereof, that's also an entirely other part of it. That's just like
that's a whole different conversation.
You know, because like I said, this movie came out before the pandemic. The pandemic changed everything. And then the relationship with Hollywood and overseas markets changed. So it's been very interesting to think about, as an Asian American, how we perceive this movie is actually so much bigger than even like just the movie itself. You know, it gets into like geopolitics and like all that.